everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Star. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. Today we're going to be doing my weekly cash stuffing of a total of $563, which is what we have right over here for the last week of August. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and get started with my cash wallet, and we are going to unstuff all of the coins that I have accumulated throughout the week, and I have accumulated quite a bit, so just bear with me for one moment while I get this change out. Okay, we got all of our change out, and we will be feeding Sparkles the unicorn here. She hasn't had this much change in a long time. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing okay. I wanted to give out a shout out to my brand new subscribers. Thank you guys for joining us over here at the Unicorn family. If you are new here and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so and become a part of our Unicorn family. Okay, so first things first, we are going to look at our groceries envelope here, and as you can see, we have quite a bit left. So in my last cash planning video, I had like 20 something dollars or $37. I think I did spend a little bit more of that, but so far from groceries, we have 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, $32. So I only spent like $5 of that in there. But that's okay. We're going to take all of this and we're going to roll it into my rollover savings challenge a little bit later on. But for groceries, we will be adding $100 for the upcoming week. So we have 50, 70, 90, and 100 for that. And then in spending, we have a couple dollars left out of 20. We have $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, and we are going to be rolling this over as well. So this is probably the most rollover that we've had in a long time from a whole week. With groceries, we've mostly just been eating out and eating what's been left in the house, and honestly, we haven't been really home that much, so we haven't needed to spend that much for groceries. So for spending, we are going to put in my usual $20 that I allot for myself, that I can spend on anything that I want during the week. And then Gabriel isn't getting anything. And then Miscellaneous has $5 left over that we will be putting into my rollover as well. And we're going to be putting in a new $5 for the week. And that is it for my cash wallet, you guys. Next, we have my long-term binder here, and if you hear a dog or two in the background, just ignore them. Those are my neighbor's dogs. He got some beagles or basset hounds or whatever they are, and they like to bark at blades of grass on the ground. Okay, so medical will get $10 today. So medical has 50, 70, 90, 100, 10, 20, 25. So $125 is in medical currently. And then we have Christmas, which gets $25. It's usual $25 a week. So Christmas has $500 set aside plus $600, $700, $800, $20, $40, $60, $65, $70, $75. So $875 in Christmas currently. For Gabe's savings, he will get $40 this time. So we're going to do that in 220s, and so currently Gabe's savings has 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 plus 100, 200, 50, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 405. So $4,405 in Gabe's savings. Okay, and then regular savings, which is sort of kind of like mine and his savings combined. We're going to do $50 a day, y'all. And I'm so excited about it because that means that we should have $1,000. Let me go ahead and count. So we have 500, 600, 700, 750, 800, 850, 900, 950, $1,000. 500 is already in my high yields, which means for those of you who are new here, what I do with my savings right now is I'm paying myself back from all these amounts that I've pulled out over the years, and we were working on this 1,000 one right here. So let me find my little green marker. Here it is, and we're gonna mark this right on off. That feels so good, you guys. Oh my gosh. So next we're gonna be working on this 1,500 right down here, which is so exciting. And then I should have just gone ahead and took this out in my last unstuffing video, but we can do that next time. Anyways, so that was exciting. I like when I reach milestones or tiny goals like that. Okay, so my son Gabriel, this is his regular envelope that he uses for like miscellaneous stuff that he just might need. So Gabriel is going to get $10 today. So Gabriel has 20, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58, $59. Family gets 5. So family has 20, 25, 30, 31, and 32. Home improvement gets 5 as well. Oops. So home improvement has 50, 60, 65, $66. You know, why my envelopes keep jumping out of the binders? I mean, I know I haven't spent from that envelope in a while, but my goodness, they're just jumping out, trying to get spent. So car maintenance gets its usual 10. So car maintenance has 51, 50, 60, 70, $170. I want to get my car detailed, and I need to go ahead, hurry up and do it before something else happens to my car. I got some new windshield wipers the other day, along with the oil change. So emergencies will get $10 as well. So emergencies has 1,500, which means we have 1,600, 1,700, 50, 1,800, 20, 40, 55. So $1,855 in emergencies. And that is it for my long-term binder. Next we have my short-term binder here. And for gifts, we'll be adding $1 in. So gifts has 10, 11, 12, $13. And then my dog Jackson, also known as Jack, will get $10 today. So he has a total of 10, 15, 16, 17, $18. Oh my goodness, I'm sitting here just stuffing cash like nobody's business, but I forgot to mention that a portion of today's cash stuffing comes from my YouTube paycheck. So I definitely want to go ahead and extend a very warm thank you and appreciation, because without you guys, that portion would not be possible. So household gets $5 today. And so household has 20, 25, 30, and $31. Also, a large portion I've kept into the bank. And pretty much what we're stuffing from my YouTube paycheck is just taxes. So entertainment will get 5. Entertainment now has $25. Home decor gets $1. But yeah, I kept a large portion of my YouTube paycheck in the bank because I need to pay myself back for lawn services. So home decor has 20, 40, 41, 42, 43. I had to call my old lawnmower guy to come and trim my hedges. And the funny thing is, so subscriptions isn't getting anything. Miscellaneous gets 10. The funny thing is that if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, so Miscellaneous has 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, then you know that a while back I was saving up money for a lawnmower and a weed eater and leaf blower and all this other stuff, a whole bunch of lawn mowing equipment stuff, whatever. Because My lawn guy, I used to have a lawn guy. I had a lawn services envelope and everything, where I used to pay this guy to come every 2 weeks to come and cut my grass, right? But then 1 month or 1 week, he disappeared. So taxes will get $130 today. So we're gonna do that with 100. No, taxes gets 113. So we're gonna do 100, 10, 11, 12, and 13 for taxes. But yeah, he straight up disappeared, y'all, for a month. My grass looked like a jungle in South America. I said, are you kidding me? So taxes currently has 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 50, 600, 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. So what I say? I think I said $699. Okay, so, but yeah, so that's what prompted me to go ahead and save for all that lawn equipment, and it ended up being something like $600 altogether or something like that. So why the guy, he been gone for like, how long? A year and a half? Almost, maybe a year and a half, almost 2 years or something. I see him across the street. We're starting with my miscellaneous binder, by the way. I see him across the street at somebody else's house. And I pretend like no. Hold up. Let me back up. I saw him on my Ring camera one day because I wasn't home, but I saw him and he drove on his lawnmower from the house across the street to my house, got off the lawnmower, rang the doorbell, realized nobody went home, got back on the lawnmower and rolled back to his truck across the street. And I'm sitting here watching him on the camera. It's like, sir, why are you ringing my doorbell? You've been gone for 2 years. I hope you don't think you're going to start cutting my grass. I got my son cutting my grass. That's what I've been paying him $25 for every time he cut the grass and help me out and stuff. We don't need you. So anyway, I don't call him. I get home and I'm looking at him on my phone, wherever I was. And I'm thinking, I'm not calling you. You lost out. So hair gets 25. So I see him again, maybe, I don't know, a couple weeks later at that same house. He yells at me from across the street because I pull up to my house and he sees me and he calls me Slim. I don't even know if he remembers my name, but he said, hey, Slim, just from across the street, which is crazy. So I holler back at him, what? So did I count hair yet? Hair has 20, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49 dollars. Why is my hair all messed up? But anyway, I yell back at him, what? Like that. And he's like, I want my yard back. I said, the yard is already cut. And he's like, yeah, I see. I'm like, get on somewhere. So anyway, a couple weeks later, I'm looking at my hedges. Like, I need some help. I did even buy a hedge trimmer, but that was when they were unruly. So Star gets $5. And I've been trying to make myself go out there, but it's been hot. This has been a hot summer. And I said, no, I don't want to do it. So Star has 20, 25, 30, 31, 32. So I was like, should I call him and have him come and do my hedges, even though he disappeared on me for 2 years? And I was like, I'm going to do it. So I call him. And so he was like, man, I don't know why I disappeared on you like that. So work gets $5. I don't even remember what happened. But then I was thinking, man, I bet she mad at me because I left her. I ain't saying nothing. And I said, look, you whatever. Look, can you help me out with my hedges? So he ended up pulling up 2 hedges that ended up growing together that was on the side of my house. And he shaped up 3 more on the other side. I have this huge flower bush that grows so big. He cut down that. And then I even had him do this weird bush. I don't even know what kind of bush it is in my neighbor's yard. So Bath and Body Works gets $1 because the bush sits on the corner of my neighbor's yard, but it's like right beside my driveway. So Bath and Body Works has 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, $38. And my neighbors, they don't really take care of their lawn, and that bush was getting really big. Needless to say, if I waited any longer, that bush was going to grow into my driveway, and I was going to end up like backing it out into the bush. So I asked my neighbors, of course, if I could have a guy come and cut it. They said sure. So I also had him cut their bush down as well. So all that ended up being, I think, like $285 or something. So clothing Clothing gets $10. Yeah, they end up being $2.85, but he was out there outside for like 2.5 hours, and he cut my front yard and my backyard, and he put down some weed killer stuff. So clothing has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, $164 in clothing. And so I tipped him about $15, so it ended up being about $300 for all that hard work, because my hedges are so big and just so wild, and it had a big old vine growing out of two of them actually, a big old vine growing over here. My house just looked like a mess. My hedges, my son was cutting my grass and stuff, but the hedges just had a whole life of their own. So Books gets $1 today, and Books has 20, 40, 41, and 42. Anyway, I said all that to say a lot of my YouTube paycheck today is going in my buffer so it can cover what I paid him. So Vacation will get 15, even though we are done with my savings tracker that I had. I'm still adding a little bit because we have exactly 1 week until we're about, well, not exactly 1 week, but we're about to go on our little adventure. But Vacation gets 15. So Vacation has 1, 2, 3, 400, 50, 500, 50, 70, 90, 600, 10, 15, $615. And that's that. And then Mother's Day gets 10. But yeah, why do lawn guys disappear like that? So Mother's Day has 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 1 and 2, $102. Someone else told me their lawn guy disappeared. Like, they just cut their grass. And my neighbors told me too, their lawn person disappeared. They would cut grass and then they would never come back. Like, have you guys had experiences like that? So Birthdays gets 10. Birthdays has 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 1, 2, and 3. $103 in Birthdays. And that's it for my Miscellaneous binder. Okay guys, so next we are going to be delving into my savings challenge binder here, and first we are going to do my roll of dice. This is already open, and I'm so excited when I have this much cash over here to put in my savings challenges. But we're going to put in $10 because that's what we rolled last week, and then we are going to roll again so that we can see what we're going to be stuffing next week. So let me go ahead and get my stuff, and look at me jumping the gun. So let me go ahead and mark off these little dice right here. Okay, so we have a 1 and a 5, and we don't have a 5, so I'm gonna do a 4 and another 1, so that equals 5, and then we got a 4 right here. Okay, so now we are going to roll the dice to see what we have for next time. So we have a 4, a 3, and a 6, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, which is a decent number. Okay, next we have my unicorn savings, and we are going to put $10 in here as well for a total of 20, 40, 55. This savings challenge is for $120. And we're going to color one of the stripes here. We're going to go ahead and color that green, and hopefully, I don't even know how this little picture is going to look. If you can't tell, I'm not trying to make it look extra special, but it might look cute when I'm finished. I don't know. Maybe if I put like black lines in between, we'll see. Okay, I think it's coming along okay. Anyways, okay, next we have the star of today's show. all of this rollover money. So we have 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, $46 that we are putting into my rollover savings today. So we're going to put on $1 savings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I just want to see how many ones we had. 16 ones will be going into my $1 savings, which is wonderful. And then we got a couple fives here, 5, 10, 15, 20. $20 worth of fives. So let's put that in here. We're gonna have a good old time at the end of August, because what I do is, if you're new here, I stuff all of my rollover, my ones, my fives, and my 10s and my 20s if I have them. I stuff all of that into my 100 envelope savings challenge at the end of the month. So we got $20 worth of fives. So I'll go ahead and do these really quickly and let that dry a little bit before I put that back in. I am using dry erase markers, so at the end of every month I just take a wet paper towel and clean that off. And then we have one $10 bill here for that one, so we're gonna mark that here. Okay, let that dry off a little bit. And then that's all of our rollover money. So exciting. Can't wait for the end of August so I can see how much I'm going to be stuffing. Okay guys, so lastly, we are going to stuff my 21 envelope and my 100 envelope savings challenge. So we'll put that in here. And you guys, that is it for today's video. So down below, leave me your favorite food or the favorite type of food, whether it's dessert or savory like chicken leg or a hot dog or something like that, down below. And I'm gonna put this in here, and then in the meantime I will definitely catch you in the next one. Bye bye.